ones and raise some money for her. But we'll talk. It'd be
Yeah.
great. I just want to say this. Oh boy, this says, and maybe I can kind of say this to everybody. People watching the show, the people in the panel. This has completely changed my life, and I know everything that Karen is going through, and it's crazy because I'm not a super. I'm more spiritual than anything, and I always think that people collectively get brought together for certain causes, and this is kind of our moment in time. And obviously we're in this terrible situation, but I guess through all this, what we've gone through, I've made some really great friends in all of this, and all you on this panel, everybody that I've gotten to meet in the Reed camp, and Karen herself, and it just hurts. It hurts me that we had to meet in this way. I wish we all could have met under different circumstances, but I'm extremely proud to be here in support of everything that is going on. And I said this to Nathan and Karen at dinner the other night when we went out and celebrated her 45th birthday. I just said, I know I'm here till the end, and I know that everybody else will be here and beyond. It's just not going to stop, but we will always continue. And this is all. It's what is happening. It's going to move mountains, and what is happening here in Norfolk County is just the beginning. And hopefully this changes a lot of things. But thank you for accepting me. In the Reed camp and everybody on this panel and this chat, because it takes an army of one. Army of all to do this. You can't just do it on your own.
Dramatic gay bitch. Yeah, I clock in quick. Coffee in hand. That's my gossip sidekick. Class 213 already got the 411. So check that attitude before you step in here, hun. They talking that shit, keeps Jimmy on the track. The name in the song, empty serves that clap back. Lip gloss loaded, I don't ever lack. Say it to my face, watch me never crack. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, bet I never miss. Turn a rumor into legend with the look and a twist. If you start a story, better say it right. Cause your gossip sidekick got the spotlight tonight. Lock a door, slam, screenshots in the phone. Read it in a heartbeat, tea already blown. Walk by, comment, caught it from the side. Smile, real sweet, but the shade worldwide. They talking that shit, keeps Jimmy on the track. The name in the song, empty serves the clap back. Lip gloss loaded, I don't ever lack. Say it to my face, watch me never crack. Never crack. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, bet I never miss. Turn a rumor into legend with a look and a twist. If you start a story, better say it right. Cause your gossip sidekick got the spotlight tonight. Who said what? Run it back. Be specific, you were brave online. Now your voice gone timid. I don't chase tails, I just fact check fear. Say it with your chest or keep it on my ear. Hey, I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, say my name. Turn your little whisper to a hallway flame. If you start a story, I'll provide the spice. All the dirty details, all the sugar, all the ice. I'm your gossip sidekick, baby, better never miss. Turn a rumor into legend with a look and a twist. If you start a story, better say it right. Cause your gossip sidekick runs the school tonight.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, June 9th, 6/9. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone is balanced. It's fucking hot. It's only going to get fucking hotter. It's gross, but thank God after the summer will be the fall and it'll get cold again. We'll be happy. We'll be happy. All right. A lot to go over today. I want to watch. Did everyone watch the Today Show? The Karen on the Today Show. I watched a little bit of it. I really want to watch it. Am I going to get copyright stricken if we watch the Today Show? I saw like a little bit of it. What I saw, I was not impressed with. Kind of made me angry. So I kind of want to watch that. We have to talk about Proctor's text messages too. Speaking of Pride Month, we have to talk about Michael Proctor's text messages, because those are gay. 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 Homosexuale. Okay? Those are homosexualidad. Those are strange. I feel like there's some weird shit going on there, and I feel like we can decipher them. I don't know. Thursday we have our field trip to Brooklyn to get the throne. We're going to do a fundraiser tomorrow because there's one person I'm trying to get to come on. So we're going to be doing a fun Turtle Boy fundraiser tomorrow. All right. So buckle up for that. And there's going to be things you can win too. We're going to have prizes, and I got to get those in order too. So we're going to have like fun giveaways. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun class tomorrow. Not to say that today's not a fun class. The last class we had was AP NAN 2, which I have to say was one of my favorite live streams I think I've ever done. I had so much fun giggling like a little schoolgirl with Will, laughing at, oh my God, everything so much. It was fucking hysterical. It was fun. If you haven't taken AP NAN 2, get your ass back there and finish it. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, and what we didn't do is, so we've been really doing a deep dive into the wildebeest, into the Wildenan beast, especially in the presence of Malangouche, which is Wang, right? Schlong. And we kind of came to the consensus that we've been overlooking it. We haven't really like gone deep enough into it. We left off 2 classes ago at hour 1, minute 1. When the glare came on, we only ended up watching 6 minutes. We have a lot more to go over there. Let's go through some homework first. Okay, this is what I got for homework. I got sent this. Oh, wait, hold. How do you know about, is this out there? Is this out there? Is that out there? Okay. This was beautiful. Someone said they just had to send this to me, and I did not object. Heffernan Drive. Don't know where it is, but please steal the sign and send it to me. Beautiful. Thank you. Next, we got, I don't know what this is on. Eliminations debt. Oh, this person's playing a video game. I'm like, it looks like they were doing some, okay. And level 47, Maya Angelou. So our principal is playing Call of Duty. I don't know. Something. But Maya got 1,420 points. Good, and 14 eliminations. Good for you, Maya. This was me in Valhalla. on our trip. As you could tell, I'm very bootylicious. I wear clothes like that, and Valhalla just picks me up with one arm, and we're in love, and you guys can't stop it. This was sent to me by Dwayne. Dwayne said that this should be my Uber driver everywhere. Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Dwayne. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's like a GIF. Okay. It's like a GIF. Okay. World's okayest grifter. Someone sent me this. No gays, no fats, no pores. High-fiving Michael Proctor. Which I didn't see. Hold on. Because I think this is based off a real image. I thought that was the tag still on. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Someone sent me this. I wasn't exact. Oh, Raining Men. There we go. I don't always like look at them. I just take them if they're appropriate enough. Some of them are not appropriate enough. I'll download it and I'm like, okay, we'll show this in class. I guess this is me teaching in. Oh, Jen, Colin. Don't know who that is. Okay. Okay. With cats. What the hell? Who's that? Okay. You know, abstract art is still art, even though we all might not understand it. Classroom 203. I will I'll accept it, and you know, at least you passed in something. I like it, right? I like it. This I thought was cool. Disney princess face swapped with the villain. Who has it worse? Oh, okay. So this is swapped with the villain of the movie they're in. Okay. First, this is not Beauty and the Beast. It says Beauty and the Beast. This is not. This is Sleeping Beauty. Obviously, that's Aurora's hair, and that's Maleficent's face. I think Alice in Wonderland or Snow White has it worse. Has it the worst. If you disagree, put it in the comments. Garbage Pail Kid, bestie bunch, best friends, necklaces. Very cool. I like this a lot. Thank you. They look nice, though. It's not mean enough. But I'll accept it. 2026 Atlantic hurricane season. Well, first off, amazing. We have Arthur, Bertha, Cristobal, Dolly, Eduardo, Faye, Gonzalez, Hannah, Isaiah, Josephine, Jojo, you hear that? Kyle, Leah, Marco, Nana, Omar, Paulette, Renee, Sally, Teddy, Vicky, Wilfred. So Hurricane Nan's coming. Great. This is fucking awesome. This is Nan as Oprah. I'm guessing from her appearance on Twisted Tragedies. You get a monitor, and you get a monitor, and you get a laptop, and you get a microphone. This is beautiful. This is great. Thank you. Hoolinan from MASH. Amazing. And a lot of these people, like when I read the emails, a lot of them, it's like their first time sending something in. Beautiful. This is, I can tell, yes, because I'm a gay, that this is Lady Gaga's performance of Paparazzi with Nan's face. I'm your biggest fan. I'll follow you until you love me. Nana Razzi. And I'm guessing this is from our newfound her and Will, right? Her obsession with Will. Beautiful. Good job. Feel like yourself again, Granny Nanties. Ease the discomfort of post-menopausal fat loss depression with underwear especially made to hold in all that loose, saggy skin. Introducing Granny Nanties, extra support for the loose skin of your weight loss journey. Not bad. Hold on, I'm getting it. Hold on, my 8-year-old nephew just texted me, I skipped school today. Do you want to hang out with me? You skipped? Hold on. He's 8. I skipped school today. Does mom know? Hold on. I skipped school today. Does mom know? He said, no, I'm hanging out at Flag Street with my iPad. Mom doesn't know? He's too young to be skipping school. James, exclamation point. Please don't tell her. Hold. They might be fucking with me. This might be my sister too, fucking with me. She's an asshole like that. This is classic sister. This is classic sister. Behind the school. Are you messing with me? Wait, are you messing with me or not? You, yeah, you and James. Oh, so he's not hiding behind the school? He thinks this is funny. Jennifer? Yes, I would tell on him at the age of 8. Yes. If he was 16, it would have been maybe a little different. But yes, at 8, yes, I'm telling on him. Yeah, you're bad. Okay. All right. I'm doing a video. Can I call you back in a little bit? It should be by like noon. All right. Love you. Bye. Little asshole. False alarm. They're just assholes. Yeah, please don't tell mom. Okay. Back to class. Granny Nanties. Good job. Love it. Ooh, I liked this one. Someone sent me this. I really liked this. Sure, Nan. This one I liked. This is one of my favorites. We need to start saying this more. This needs to be more involved in our day-to-day. Shornan. This I got for homework and I fucking loved it. The Manifester. This is me. Down. This is me. This is me. Everything weird about it, it's me. Love it. I also got a video, which I know I don't usually watch because of that's how people can give you a virus, but let me pull it up because it was pretty good. And it has to do with our it has to do with our assignment today. I did get some great homework from Pat Ford, which I'm gonna wait to the end to read because he's a very good comedic writer and it made me laugh. I didn't even read like in depth into the whole thing. I just kind of skimmed it, but I'm like, God, this is funny. Because he was like, anything I can do, like he wanted to do extra work for homework. And I'm like, here, I gave him a special assignment. And what I got back was very, very funny. I think I see this. Where's the one? Where's the video? That I got for homework. Here it is. Let me send it to myself. Open it. Okay, and let's watch it. Why isn't my share screen working? What the hell? Present or invite, share screen, then nothing. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell that was. Hold on. Now my lights aren't even working. Hold on. That's so weird. Okay, let me turn these on. Hold up. Woo, whoa. Okay. Lights are on. I think we're good. I think we're okay. Let me see if this works now, if this fucks us up. Okay.
The wild cockernanial breaks into compulsive humping and flapping upon encountering a coveted malongosh.
Beautiful. That was David Attenborough covering let's play it again.
The wild cockernanial breaks into compulsive humping and flapping upon encountering a coveted malongosh.
I do amazing, but I do believe it's malangouche if the glare will tell you, but sounds just like David Attenborough. Absolutely loved it. Good job. That was the other Mary B, I believe. So let's give her some props on that one. Okay. I'm still like fucked up from my nephew being like, I'm behind the school. I'm behind the school with my iPad. Don't tell mom. I'm like, don't do this. Don't do this to me. Don't fucking do this to me. Most of you, if you check your mail today, you will open it to find your peg leg Garbage Pail Kid card. It will look beautiful. It will be laminated. It will be an actual card. We're going to do a giveaway today. And here's what it is. Let me get it. Six for today's giveaway, which we will draw at the end of class. 5 per entry. Send your mailing address, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. You'll be getting 6, and these will go out today. 6 of. First, let me show you what, if you ordered the Courtroom Divas, what they're going to look like when they show up. So the peg legs are all out. Those are to be in the mail. This is what they're going to look like if you order the Courtroom Divas. Boom, let me get these just to show you. Here are the Courtroom Divas. Boom, they're going to come like this. As actual cards, Garbage Pail Kid cards, right? Fucking beautiful. I'm taking my time. This is quality and exciting. Today's a chance to win. If you remember, if we go back, there were Garbage Pail Kids that are in print form, right? Not all of them are in card form. However, you will be the first one to receive in card form a glitter shiny edition of Boom Cockernanial, Boom Royals, Boom Cryford. Excuse me, Cryford. We got to give you away. Don't go anywhere. Boom Charlene, Crying Brian, helping out the poor, and the original, the first one we ever did, the first one I ever did, Drama Farmer Jewel Carp. That is for today's giveaway. 5 an entry. Enter as many times as you like. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. We're going to draw that at the end. And those will go out today. Those will go out today. And those aren't. Those aren't going out like in the mail, like in like a letter, because it's above 2 ounces. I don't trust above 2 ounces. I don't trust the 2 stamp system. Last time I did that, I just don't trust it. So those are going to go out in like a package, in like a Garbage Pail Kid package. Very exciting. Very exciting. Okay. Now let's go to what we're going to go over, which is our Nan. Right, as bad as or should we do Karen first? Let's do, do we do Karen and the attorneys? No, let's do, I want to go right into it. I want to get right into it. This is our, you spend too much time talking about, yeah, maybe we do. You know what? Maybe we do, because it's fucking weird. She's weird, and good times had by all. Good to see you. Rumor in Machado's chat that you were using. Let me just say this first and foremost. I did get an email yesterday, and it was probably now listen. I don't need anyone saying anything like that. Okay. With the Baker and Jess thing going on, with the whole everything going on, don't ask my opinion on it. I don't want to fucking talk about it. I don't care, right? I like both of them, so that's it. That's how it goes in here. We don't do that kind of crazy shit here. I got a really, really mean email yesterday. I'm gonna read you like a few lines from it. It was very mean. It actually did upset me. And it says a little something like this. You are such a disappointment. I hope one day you can reconcile with yourself. Enjoy whatever it is you do while you're hyped up on cocaine. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. If you read this, let everyone know it was me. I don't know who this person is. I'm not the least bit embarrassed. You are the catalyst for everything that's going wrong in Jess's life. You could have stopped it, but you didn't, you piece of shit. You hide all your nastiness behind your stupid ass comedy, which is only good because you're going against people I don't like. But other than that, it's not that funny. You're just a gay guy that thinks he's somebody important, but you're not. If you think you're hiding your drug addiction, you're not. I could tell you or how in drugs, many a show and recent shows, verbatim. So whatever life you want to, I know what a gay on coke looks like. I know what a gay on coke looks like. Your recovery has failed and people know it. I'm not the only one that sees it. We've talked about it. I am a decent human being, unlike you. I wrote back, get a life, you internet weirdo. I can't even read what you wrote because you're so uneducated. She wrote back, you liar, you read it, you piece of shit. She just wrote that back. Kathy Discourse is her name. I don't know who this is, but it was very mean, very, very mean, very mean, and strange. Very fucking strange. I don't understand how people can be that invested. Please, I hope nobody in any kind of capacity would ever be that horrible to anybody else, especially on my behalf. I don't condone it. I don't like it. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's funny. Be kinder to people. There's enough like grossness in the world, right? We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. I support everyone. I want everyone to be in a good place, in the best place they possibly can be. Okay. Now let's get to something we like, which is watching Nan. Meatball. Wow, that's unbelievably sad. I'm sorry someone sent that to you. You should seek an asylum. They should seek an asylum and a Snickers. Thank you, Meatball. Okay. Where do I want to be? Maybe I'm going to edit this. I want to be right in the middle. All right. Buckle up. Let's go.
The more obvious that Karen is innocent, it just goes on and on. Like just the way Brennan is going about this
Such a
is
shady guy.
so telling to everyone, even the trolls. Like to the
Yes.
point to where they can't deny it. He's not presenting a case. Like you have that one idiot that was, you know, the whoever she was that's on TikTok or whatever, and she's like, fuck around and find out. Hank Brennan, like, oh. And this dude has done nothing but just babble and whine and make
Oh.
excuses and point fingers elsewhere and deflect and try to stop Karen from having a defense. That's all he's done.
Now, we need to keep in mind that the texts we saw between Nan and Will during AP Nan 2 was her asking to be your date for everything, Karen Reed. Remember, she said that. She said, I want to be your date for everything, Karen Reed.
He hasn't
And-
presented anything.
And someone like me who has legal training, and I'm not alone. I mean, look, besides Karen's lawyers, look at like Melanie Little, Peter Tragos, Emily Baker, Ian Runkle, like insert any lawyer into this sentence. We look at what Brennan did the other day, and not just at the other day's hearing, but even before that, and we go, this is so unprofessional. You know, what he's doing, this gaslighting and the snark that he brought to the last hearing was just completely, in my opinion,
This is an
inappropriate.
absolute shit show.
It is.
It
And I'm
is.
here for it.
It is a kangaroo court. It is insane. And
Yes.
Bev is just allowing it to happen. But if there's even a whiff of anything from Alan Jackson or anyone on Karen Reed's defense, Bev is all over it like a fly on shit.
I think
know?
they need to make, I agree. And I think they need to make a renewed application to remove her. I do. And I don't say that lightly.
Don't talk
I
bad about
agree.
Bev.
The bias is so apparent. And I said on another stream recently, like, in my opinion, she should have recused herself once the original challenge to remove her was made. You know, the appearance of impropriety, as far as I'm concerned, was enough for her to say, I understand, you know, I don't feel that I have.
Now, do we remember? Do we or do we not remember the message from AP Nan? If we go to Glara, if we go to, where was it? What was it? Community? Community. I've never seen this before. He showed me this. Where is it? 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 Yeah. This right here. Oh, look at me. I'm right in the middle. I got to move myself. Hold up. To be honest, Brian, Mazda, Mike, and Britt all hit me up when I was away. Really, this is before. I prefer not to. I'm going to finish up with Mazda tonight and Mike tomorrow, and then cancel Britt Friday since my son has a playoff game that night. Then I would really humbly ask you if I can be your date for all things Karen Reed moving forward when you want. Maybe an occasional pop into other streams, but rarely. Now, I was digging into my Nan. Sounds horrible. And look at this shit, okay? Talk about fucking foreshadowing. Look at this. Look at what she's wearing. And look at, she mentions like YouTube fame over here.
Streams.
She's like, I don't want to do this for YouTube fame. Where is it?
Nan Gallagher!
Look at the shirt.
Amen. Amen.
Hi guys, it's so great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back, man. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I had so much fun the last time I was on, and I feel like I have 2 new friends. And gosh, I hope you have permission to use that picture I sent you, which was made.
Who says that? Who talks like this? No, like fucking, like, come on. Who talks like this? Who speaks this way? Who in life speaks this way? I'll wait.
Partiality.
Nobody.
Or bias here, but because of what's been alleged and the
Because.
seriousness of it, and the fact
That's how she says because, guys. Notice that. Because, like this. Because. Why? Because. That's why. Because.
that there are some really grounded reasons why she that have been pointed out why she does potentially have a lack of impartiality. She should have bowed out. But in looking at all of the reasons, this bias towards the defense, the sheer number of objections that she and just evidentiary rulings that she ruled in favor of the.
While we listen to this, I'm going to be adding or writing the names down to add to the wheel. So I'm not ignoring you or not listening. I'm just doing 2 things at once. Okay.
Prosecution on versus the defense. What she did the other day was, in my opinion, completely improper. And I know people like Alan Jackson.
What, having a conniption fit on the bench there?
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. and you know, if everyone should watch it again, because you will see once I almost called him Frank. Once Hank backed off of it and realized that he misrepresented. Once Spanky said like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got it from the defense," it was almost as if, you know, she de-escalated and was like, "Oh, okay." And then she even said to Alan Jackson, "You know, you can appear by Zoom." Meanwhile, you know, a year ago, she's like, "Can't you take the red eye?" You know, there's someone with a handle is called like Jackson's Red Eye. You know, she needed him there in person on a prior hearing, but now, from what I understand, he won't, but he could appear by Zoom. So she completely de-escalated. And, you know, there are issues for her to inquire about of Jackson and his communications with ARCA. I'm not worried about them.
Neither am I.
If anyone has questions about that, I'm happy to answer it. But it's just not uncommon to
There's
have.
nothing about Alan Jackson that indicates to me that he would do something as careless as what they are trying to catch him on here.
Yeah, and it's a gift. The fact that the feds engaged ARCA is so unprecedented. It is such a gift to the defense, which I always remind people. Let's not forget the prosecution had equal access to ARCA and they chose to just ignore it. That's why people like Vinnie Politan, who, I have opinions about him as well. And I understand he takes a kind of more of a mainstream approach when on his court TV type of platform versus his own personal platform. But even Vinnie Politan is going, like, it's all about the truth here. Why would the prosecution want to ignore this completely impartial, third-party, uber qualified set of experts' opinions on how this accident did or did not occur?
And then block the jury from knowing who hired them.
What is she even saying?
Right. So I look at this is complete bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. So, I think about.
Bev tried to say that it's because it would prejudice the jury and it would risk Karen Reed not having a fair trial. And it's like, wait a minute. No, like the jury has a right to know this. The jury has a right to know this, and Karen Reed has a right for the jury to know this fact that the FBI.
Kylie, we went over this in AP Nan too. He was not. I asked.
I hired these experts.
Agreed. But that's a great point, Will. Here's another piece to that. So court rules will say, and this is in every court, evidentiary rules will say, you don't want to put evidence before a jury that will prejudice them or bias them as to one party or another. I get it. But there's another part to the same rule, which says you don't want to put evidence in that confuses a jury. So it'll say prejudice or confusion or misleading a jury. If anyone wants to know those types of evidentiary rules, I'm happy to point them out to you. Just reach out to me. But most importantly to me, I don't care so much that the mention of a federal investigation would prejudice this case or prejudice the jury. I actually care that this jury was confused and misled by not revealing, because we had heard it previously.
That's what I'm saying.
And now Ronnie has officially confirmed that there were people in that room who thought it was an insurance company, maybe it was Turtle Boy, or maybe a privately engaged expert related to the Reeds. No, they were completely confused. Had they known that this was another investigating body, not an insurance company or Turtle Boy or someone else, that doesn't prejudice the case. And it's all about the truth. Like, you shouldn't mislead them. They were confused. So I do think there should be a renewed application on that.
That would have been, I mean, it's like Karen said, it's 95% of the case. You know, so like, I mean, that would have absolutely, if the jury knew that the FBI was investigating the investigation and had already seen plenty of reason presented by the defense as to why, such as red Solo cups, such as a lack of any chain of custody, witnesses not being interviewed for days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. I mean, no search of the house, all of these things, along with the FBI investigating the investigation, would have won Karen Reed an acquittal.
Oh, I agree. Which reminds me, I want to mention one thing on top of that and one other thing to your audience.
Great.
in the other day's hearing, when you hear Brennan say things like, you know, the defense is entitled to no more than me giving them this video. Like it's going to be clicked and dragged or clicked in drag, which was hysterical. I loved your thumbnail. I can't, like, seriously, I think I spit my drink out when I saw it. But, you know, normally, let's talk about the normal world. The normal world of criminal prosecutions. Yeah. The defense is entitled to all videos, all evidence, not just, you know, sanitized or partial or inverted or any of that. They're entitled to it all, the videos that might be relevant, as well as other evidence. But in this case, the fact that there have been repeated disclosures, late disclosures, I'm sure there's going to be more. Mark my words, there will be more disclosures by the prosecution, even though they're out of time to do it, because of the lack of authenticity of what's been produced, the inverted videos, the newly produced video of Higgins ordering a fucking pizza at one. I know that's one of the theories, or that's been joked about. All of that makes the metadata and the logs and chain of custody 150% relevant. This is on complete hyperdrive. So I want to see that hammered in by the defense. It's not just, well, yeah, hey, we're entitled to video.
In Guarino missing 3,200 text messages from Sandra Birchmore.
Right.
You know, and then the results of what's happening with Sandra Birchmore's case right now, that should absolutely be relevant to this jury. This jury should know this about the fact that this guy who is initially dealing with the 2:27 a.m. search and you know, and is handling the tech in this case, missed 32,000 text messages in the Sandra Birchmore case. And it turns out that that was key in not determining that she was murdered and saying that it was a suicide. And
why does she have this? Why does she have this if she was just a lawyer? No, really. This is what? Her second to third appearance? Why does she have a microphone? And what is this? A fainting couch? I couldn't even set up that microphone. Fucking A. You know what? I couldn't even set up that microphone. And look, it has an XLR cable, which is like one that you need like an audio box to go into. Like, I don't even use that. I can't even use that. Like, when you have a microphone, let me see if this one has it. Okay. Here is the outputs. This is just a little thing. This is for like serious audio. This big old gaping hole right here. But hers is plugged in perfectly to the. I don't even know how to do this. I'm very confused.
I think Guarino, you got are you watching Nicholas Guarino? Which, by the way, I love when you pronounce it like that. It harkens back to my Spanish training, and I like that. It harkens back to my Spanish training, and I'm. Are you watching Nicholas Guarino? Which, by
it harkens back to my Spanish harkens.
By the way, I love when you pronounce it like that. It harkens
Guarino.
It harkens back to my Spanish training. Pronounce it like that. It harkens
Guarino.
It harkens back to my Spanish training.
It harkens who?
Pronounce it like that. It harkens
Guarino.
It harkens back to my Spanish training, and I'm fluent in Spanish. So, hey, Guarino, are you watching? You are going to be in huge trouble. They're looking at you. Lawyer up if you haven't already. But that is 100% relevant. And when you think about what Guarino did there, 100% relevant. And when you think about already, but huge trouble. They're looking at you. Lawyer up if you haven't already. But that is
She thinks she is so cool saying that. Look at her face. Look at her face. She swears she's the fucking coolest.
Spanish training,
Okay.
and I'm
Okay.
fluent in Spanish. So, hey, Guarino, are you watching? You are going to be in huge trouble. They're looking at you. Lawyer up if you haven't already. But that is 100%.
Meanwhile, if you look at our completely disinterested Will, he couldn't give one less.
Relevant. And when you think about what Guarino did there, the defense wants to be able to show that he is a complete Nimrod when it comes to doing his job. He's a complete
Right.
Nimrod. If you're going to miss 32,000 texts in another
Well,
case,
it's that he can't be a
Harken.
Nimrod in some cases, and
People who say hearken, not ironically, are assholes.
then be really good at his job in others.
same
That
with Proctor.
indicates that, right, exactly. Just like Proctor with the
behavior.
Anna Walsh investigation. He conducted that investigation
Right.
like a fucking oiled machine. And then the all of the shit that's going on with the Karen Reed case is just a polar opposite of that. It's on another spectrum. And you're like, okay, that tells me that he is dirty, not negligent, you know?
I agree. By the way, I saw someone in your chat saying Guarino is Italian. I know that, but the way Will pronounces it is actually how a Latino person would pronounce it. I get it.
Exactly.
I am
Yeah.
married to an Italian. I got
don't-
you.
I don't give a fuck how the Italians fucking pronounce it. I'm pronouncing it how my
Guarino.
mom and my grandmother and my uncles would pronounce it. That's all I give a shit about.
He is Italian, and
Buddy.
he is a complete jerk and bad at his job. You heard it here first. But I did also want to mention one last thing, which is I would like to make an offer to you, Will, for any super chat that you get tonight. I'm going to match that donation and throw it right to the Karen Reed Defense Fund.
What?
Yeah, I don't know how to track.
Oh,
You're going to have to let me know what your numbers were.
all right. I'm gonna go through them like periodically. I have a
Yeah.
few here that I'm just gonna go over in just a second. I'm gonna turn the floor over to you completely just for a moment, and
Oh,
then
geez. All right.
Yeah.
Should I let me do a dance? No, I
Do
don't. But I'm just happy to make
A lot just happened. A lot just happened. Okay. So we hearkened back. We threw money around. And then we hearkened back some more. But please.
any type of match of your super chats to the Karen Reed Defense Fund.
We
I
are
think it's really important to
weird.
To support her financially. It is very expensive to launch a defense like this. I get nothing out of it. I'm not bankrupting my family. I'm also not going to end up on food stamps, and I'm not squandering retirement savings. I just feel like perhaps if I can do this, and I'm very lucky enough to be in a position where I can, I just feel like maybe some other people can step up and throw $1 here, $1 there. So I do consider myself one of all of you. And hopefully you can all tell a friend, not about me, but tell a friend, hey, let me tell you about this Karen Reed case, because that's what I try to do. If I'm striking up conversations with people, or I have one free Karen Reed piece of apparel, and I talk about it. And when anyone asks me about true crime, which is one of my passions, and a lot of people do know about that, I say this is the most important case right now.
I remember this being a thing of hers. She said on a couple different times, a couple different people that like try to tell one person a day about Karen Reed. And yes, of course, very important. But I'm sorry, guys. That's so gay when she would say that. It was so gay. And I used to be like, oh, that's weird. That's weird. You say that, that's weird. One person, like, what? That's just so strange. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just gave me the creeps. She gave me the creeps.
And the more attention, I'm not talking about money, the more attention we can place on it, the better, because it will help influence mindsets. And I do believe in force multiplication. So I will match any super chat and throw it to the Karen Reed Defense Fund. And please don't force me to do that tonight, because I'm going to be watching Eden after this.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. I would have to, in order to, I guess I could just go through them later on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go through them now. I'm gonna read them off. So, like, if anybody wants to, but thank you so much. That is incredibly generous. I don't even know what to say.
Don't play the clapping.
Pleasure.
Don't deserve it.
Crazy.
Thank you.
It's really just a pleasure talking to you. I'm like pinching myself. So
what?
Talking to you. I'm
crazy.
It's really just a pleasure talking to you. I'm like pinching myself. It's really just a pleasure talking to you. I'm like pinching myself. So
what?
Yeah.
Well, that's how everybody feels about you here. Like, I know everybody's wanted to have you on, but let's go over some of these real quick before people start going crazy, because I think they already are. Holy shit. Okay. Okay.
Don't bankrupt me, people.
Yeah, don't bankrupt her now.
Hey, this is a binding contract, though, if you want to learn a little bit about law. So I've made an offer and you've accepted. So that is a binding contract. Although I will tell you,
oh, bitch. Do you hear the tone? Do you hear the condescending fucking tone? Listen to this sea wench.
Little bit about law. So
bankrupt her now.
Hey, this is a binding contract, though, if you want to learn a little bit about law. So I've made an offer.
I've what we call in the law business an offer.
And you've accepted. So that is a binding contract. Although I will tell you, we'll see how high the super chats go, because I may have to stagger my donation matching donation, but I'm going to do it, folks,
Oh, so you don't got it like that then, bitch. So you don't got it like that.
because I believe in this case. I believe in Karen. I believe in not only her defense and her defense team, but I know a little bit about what it takes to put it together and to do all the work that's being done for her. But most importantly, I believe that law enforcement and the prosecution up there is a bunch of corrupt assholes. And I'm not afraid to come out saying that. I will not go as far as saying that I think Judge Bev is corrupt. I'm not
I
going to
will.
say that. You
I
can.
will.
Yeah, I think there's a bias there that really concerns me.
Nan, shut
See,
up.
that to me
You're
is
smart when you won't say
it's
that.
it technically corruption. If you are, the way that I've worded it many times before, and I'll say it over and over again, if you are sworn to make decisions in the interest of justice every time, and you consistently seem to do the opposite of that throughout this entire for the last 3 years.
Right.
And I mean, it's consistent, man. It's consistent. You can't tell me it isn't.
It is.
That is a corrupt judge. Your job has been corrupted. Your position, your credibility has been corrupted.
Go ahead, hon.
So I have some ethical obligations that I have to adhere to, but I will say this. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I don't know if she's
I get it.
Part of a conspiracy or
See, I don't know about all that either. I'm just saying that I'm comfortable using the word corrupt based on what I just explained. That's,
by the way,
to me, that technically it applies.
Yeah, and by the way, before I forget, 2 things. One, I'm drinking vodka, so as your stream goes on, it might get even more fun. But also, I wanted everyone to know that the more I think about this case and that all of these pieces that just make people like me lose sleep and go, what the fuck is going on? I have to tell you that all of your attention, support, comments, questions, especially, really do help. They just help spread the word, because even if you just ask a question to me or to someone else on social media or in your personal lives, it's just bringing awareness. And I just want to bring awareness. I think more people need to understand this.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's not what
that was, what I loved about Betero too. And Betero just like being like, I can do more, and is doing everything even more that he can, is just, this is the most inspiring thing that I have ever been a part of. Like, no matter what happens with my life after this trial, I can look back at this and be extremely proud of the people that I interacted with, the reach that we made. It's wild. Like,
you are beloved, Will. You are beloved.
So are you, and so is Karen, and so is Aiden, and so is Mazza, and everybody else.
All of them.
And it's really dope, man. It's really dope.
That reminds me, when you mentioned Betero, when the other night on Thursday, when it appeared Aiden had broken his story on Paul, I call him Paul O'Glaze now. But anyway, when you broke that story, I actually thought you were commenting on or about to comment on some of the tweets that have been coming out from Betero, which I don't know if you've seen.
Oh, I've seen a couple of them. I know I screenshot 1 or 2 of them and put them in my page on Facebook.
There's just some little vague, and to anyone watching, they may have nothing to do with this matter whatsoever. He's just posted some very philosophical tweets out there. But that was what I was like, oh, is he going to post? Or were you going to start talking about some of Betero's forward-looking posts? But no, it was Aiden's story about Paul O'Glaze.
Yeah, dude, like, that was crazy. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. Yes.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. think we got a super chat.
How dare
Look, I got my badass glasses on. If there's something I need to read.
All right, so I'm gonna start going over these one
He's like,
by
yeah,
one.
cool.
Is what I'm gonna do. All right, so we've got Lizzie Bone says this is the collaboration we've all been waiting for.
Is he really?
Fire! This opening is pure fire. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lizzie Bones. Gerda K is a member for 13 months. What a day for my anniversary! Right on, happy anniversary. Ask Bob, member for 11 months, and Ask Bob. Bev has subjected Karen to double jeopardy. The Massachusetts law should say the judge must poll the jury and not may. How about a new precedent? That would be nice. Thank you so much, Ask Bob. Jerry Gray, what do you think of judicial immunity that Aussie Insider has brought up? I have not seen that. Judicial immunity, I know that has been brought up.
Hold on. So he reads all through the. Oh, here she is on her own again. Okay, so just take note. We're taking a chunk out of an hour and 30 to an hour and 45.
So I get it, but there is, just so we understand, there is absolutely no way Alan Jackson would have sat Karen down for Boston 25 News with Ted Daniel for an interview if he thought it was a bad idea. And I would go further and say, Alan, that interview was like 50% or 75% Alan Jackson, and
I can still hear you. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Go away. That interview was 25% Karen Reed, or maybe 50% Karen Reed and 50% Alan Jackson. So he's a really smart, brilliant, cunning lawyer, and even he wanted to sit her. So the Commonwealth can sniff up the skirts of any mainstream media or Vanity Fair, or they can make applications to get access to the rolls and rolls of discarded.
Sniff up, dude. We're not one of your doctors you're defending from like touching patients. Sniff up. Don't be talking this way. It's 11:14 in the morning, Daniel. Oh my good Lord.
Carpeting that Karen has been paying for storage to keep, which candidly I don't think is going to reveal anything, but that's just my my 2 cents. They can do whatever they want to try to get notes of Gretchen Voss or Ted Daniel or any of the like, and they're not going to find anything, because just as Karen said months ago, like, yeah, that's right, I confessed to all of these news outfits. Do you think any one of them wouldn't have reported it right away? So I think her case, as a lawyer watching it, I'm glad she sat for some news outfits and gave her take. I don't find her opinions or her statements made to them to be notably contradictory to one another. And what's his name? Brennan is free to cross-examine her if she sits. But those things aren't coming in if she doesn't sit for testimony, which I don't think she should. I don't think she should.
It's just so stupid. Like, why would a journalist sit on a confession, you know, or something that would be, you know what I mean? Like the Karen mocking, you know, that whole argument.
Dude, how
to the
fucking
press,
fake was that?
You know, stupid. Like, why would a journalist sit on a confession, you know, or something?
It's so funny, I must say. Ha ha.
That would be, you know what I mean? Like the Karen mocking, you know, that whole argument to the press when she came out of the courthouse was just a chef's kiss. Beautiful.
Yes.
Where she's just like, yeah, like, so if you guys, if you guys have notes and anything, and I gave a confession and you guys didn't report it, you guys suck at your jobs.
I agree.
Like, I mean,
she has a constitutional right not to testify. I think it's best that she doesn't.
Right.
But let her talk. Let her talk to these magazines or newspapers or news outfits. Let her do it, because if you allow, not you,
and
Will.
Bev hates that she's doing it. Guaranteed. hates that Karen Reed is doing all this television and all this publicity right now. Because it's, I mean, the bottom line is the country needs to see what's happening in Massachusetts right now.
100%. And honestly, I don't think she would have even gone as far as to have some of these interviews had Meatball not gone out of his way to give that hostage video, which was completely unethical.
Yeah.
He put the shot across the bow. So when you have
we all know
an
what that
elected
means, yeah.
prosecutor like Meatball putting a pre-recorded statement, which, you know, I'm sure you've all of the content creators
We
have
all
talked
have.
about
Yeah,
previously
we've
how it was
all of them
completely
have.
inappropriate to do that. But if he's going to go out there and say that the witnesses are credible, that she's essentially guilty, which is unheard of and violates a slew of ethical rules of professional conduct, then the gloves are off. And she should be, at least to the extent she can,
Great point.
make her voice
No, it
heard,
wasn't,
because she's
Will. It's okay, I
probably
get it.
not going to
It
testify.
wasn't.
But I believe, I think you would agree, Will, maybe, and your audience.
I think public support is her
hate that she
best
says
weapon
audience.
against the
I
Commonwealth
really don't
right
like
now.
that.
I agree. And I
irritating.
honestly, I think she, in her mind, I don't know her, but she probably says, I would give testimony. Like, she'll
She has.
follow her lawyer's advice,
She has.
right? But she'll say, you sit me down, I'll answer questions. And, you know, there's people who will like her and there's people who will not like her. There's people who make judgments about her based on lack of testifying, facial expressions, looking back at her parents. And I think that's all bullshit. I'm getting judged. You know, I by no means
Will, that wasn't
should
funny.
I be comparing myself to her, but I'm being judged very similarly. And many of you are being.
She loves this shit. She swears she's Karen. She said this also in the calling all beings thing. She was like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm comparing myself or that I think I'm her. Why do you keep saying that? No one did until you said that. No one did until you said that.
Testifying, facial expressions, looking back at her parents. And I think that's all bullshit. I'm getting judged. You know, I by no means should I be comparing myself to her, but I'm being judged very similarly. And many of you are being judged similarly for having opinions about what's right and wrong. And everything is wrong about this case. And I'm just not going to stop talking about it. So, you know, I very much gravitate to you, Will, for doing the same.
Yeah, thank you. Because I mean, you're absolutely. We're definitely on the same page for sure. Because that's where I'm at. I just can't shut up about this. To me, it's like some crazy Twilight Zone shit that I just can't understand why. And I truly believe that right now, you know, Karen Reed, the best.
The hair.
I truly believe that right now, you know.
Did you hear that, Daddy? Ariel's in love. Ariel? In love? With a human?
Karen Reed, the best thing that could happen for her right now is the public support that she could possibly get. And hopefully this ID channel thing gets her a lot more public exposure that will be more in her favor, where people are willing to listen, because that's the first time I've seen and this is going to be a 3-parter, so this is going to be a lot. So I'm expecting a lot of information, and we're already seeing that they're talking about the McAlberts, which is the first time that's happened yet. No mainstream media has been really talking about the McAlberts, and they're putting that out there.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Let's hope it's fair and accurate. No one needs a.
That's another fucking thing I can't stand. I am like this. I am because I am. I am because I am.
Piece published that is pro Karen Reed. Let's just have it be fair and balanced, right?
That's all I ask. Just put all of the facts out there and let your viewers make their own judgment.
I agree.
Put all the facts out.
And, when we think about people like Ronnie, who's one of the jurors who basically said
Bowtie. His name
that
is Bowtie.
there were people who were in that deliberation room who imposed their own knowledge base and theories as to what happened to try to solve this mystery, which was completely improper. Look, no one needs to solve the mystery. Will, you're never going to solve it. I'm never going to solve it. Your audience isn't going to solve it. A lot of people
Right.
have reached out to me, as I'm sure they have to you and others, saying, I think I know what happened.
Nobody has.
We're never going to solve it.
No one's done
And
that.
the news outfits are never going to solve it.
Outfits?
What Karen to solve it. And the news outfits are never happened.
Outfits?
We're never going to solve it. And the news outfits are
Outfits.
never going to solve it. What Karen deserves is a fair presentation in the public eye. So
Right.
up and down the Eastern Seaboard, anybody I encounter, I try to tell them about this case so they look into it. And I always try to imagine if it were me, what would I want?
Of course you do.
How would I expect to be treated?
Of
And
course you fucking do.
I don't know how she's managing and keeping her composure. I don't know. What would I want? I always try to imagine if it were me. What
Look at Will. Look at Will. Ready to fucking jump.
would I want? How would I expect to be treated? And I don't know how she's managing and keeping her composure, which is why I'm trying to just give her as much of my emotional support as I can as a woman. And I thank your chat and the chats of other content creators for trying to give her the same level of support.
Yeah, I mean, just the more and more that I started following that I kept following this, it was just like, oh my God, and it's nice to see that other, law tubers and content
Yeah.
creators are talking about it. But yeah, I'm really hoping that this ID channel thing gives Karen a good light of exposure, or at least, like I said, in the sense of at least putting all of the facts out there. Let the viewers make up their own minds, and at least follow the case, watch it,
Right.
and I think most people are going to have common sense, and they're going to go, wait a second, something's really not right here, because when you really look at the case, everything about it's not right. So it's real easy to find what's not right about it, because literally everything about it isn't right. So
yeah, and we can agree that the defense didn't need to go with this third party culprit defense, but
they didn't.
it's just this it's this side story. Like, when you think about what the prosecution, at least with Lally, in 1.0 tried to present, if you harken back to his opening statement and
Bitch,
the
there we go
evidence he
again.
tried to get admitted
There we
into
go
this
again.
trial,
All the hearkening back.
1.0 tried to present, if you harken back to
Stop hearkening back to everything. Hearkening back to your Spanish roots. Hearkening back.
his opening statement and the evidence he tried to get admitted into this trial, his presentation was completely inconsistent from the time of his opening until the time of his closing. How is a jury supposed to look at him and say, yeah, that was a fair presentation of what happened, and we believe they proved her guilt beyond a reasonable doubt? There's no way.
I theorize that Fanning, because now it's confirmed, like that was the one piece of reporting or information that came from Aiden that I was like, I haven't seen a receipt for that,
Fanning.
Was that Fanning was in charge of the jury, Now I didn't doubt it. It was just like, that's just the one thing that Aiden has brought up that I never saw a receipt for. You know what I mean?
So you,
And
like you said, you kind of, you
Right.
measure him, you look at him closely, right?
And so So when that happened, when the entire interview with Alan Jackson and Karen Reed came out, the Ted Daniel thing, and then they confirm it, I was just like, oh shit, okay. So now I feel confident in theorizing, speculating anyway. I think it's fair to speculate that Fanning had influence over the foreman, and Fanning was responsible for getting rid of the jurors that were visibly reacting to some of the bombshells that were taking place during testimony while Bukkake was on the stand. So
He was
I think it's
probably even
fair.
just listening.
I mean, Fanning
Shut
was
up,
one of the lead
man.
investigators in the Sandra Birchmore case.
So
That needs that
ahead.
cannot be overlooked.
What insight?
That cannot be overlooked.
Go
It is
ahead.
irresponsible. It is beyond
Go ahead.
naive to
Daniel.
overlook that.
and if you notice in the Ted Daniel interview,
What'd you know?
Alan very candidly said, you know, I don't know if Fanning did anything. I just know that I became aware of it right before I closed. And he thinks it should be at least looked into. But most importantly, if first so your audience understands, this is wholly improper. There should be no biased or arguably
Audience, do you understand that? Audience, I hate that she says audience.
tainted influence on a jury whatsoever.
At all. Not
At-
even a chance of it.
Right.
So,
at all. And
the
when
big
you
question here is, why
You
did
didn't mind being interrupted, Nan, right? That didn't just piss you right the fuck off, but that's okay. Because you think Will's handsome.
right,
So,
at all.
Yeah.
And
the
when
big
you
question
Psycho.
here is, why did Judge Bev allow this? She was aware. You're not going to tell me that she wasn't aware of Fanning and the conflict of interest, the clear conflict of interest of him being
Yep.
having
Look at-
anything
look at-
to
go
do
to
with
top,
that
go
interest, the
ahead.
clear conflict of interest of him having anything to do with that jury at all whatsoever, having any contact with that jury. That should have never happened. And he was
100%
in
agree.
charge of the jury. He was the one in charge of their notebooks.
Oh,
I mean, come on.
and 100% agree with you. And she knew. I
Mm.
didn't know
Right.
until this came out. I only heard about it maybe at the time of the Ted Daniel interview, but I don't think I ever heard Turtle Boy allude to this.
Turtle.
But in the last
Turtle.
week, I became aware of this. And once I became aware of it, I can just tell your audience from personal professional experience.
Personal turtle.
This is completely
This is
unheard
a
of.
personal turtle. Personal turtle.
Normally in courts, the
Court
juries are looked after
norm.
by court officers
Harkening back to personal Kurt.
or court clerks, sheriff's officers, not
Oh.
someone like Fanning, who was a witness, who
Oh.
also had relations or relationship to the text messaging, some of which was tied to Proctor. And I don't know specifically.
Okay. I we're 2/3 done, and that means fucking that I don't want to anymore. I just don't want to anymore with that. Call me whatever. I'm just hearkening back to the personal Okay. So here are the following students that I have that want to be on the wheel for the garbage pail giveaway. I have Betty Ann, Valerie B, Megan A, Steph D, Stacy Q, Amber C, Sarah L, Carla R, Erin J, Shelly C, Connie, Peter, Anna, Jennifer, Dallas, and Kayla. And we're gonna draw that pretty soon because I told my nephew I would call him by noon, and I love you guys, but that's my little nephew. So we have the glittery edition. of Jewel Carp, Crying Brian, Charlene Ann, Crackpot Cryford, Jason Bryant, Coca Nano. Yeah, you can still enter. $5 for an entry, and it's PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and please include your address. Okay, you can still enter, but like, holy fungal, I feel like I want to go make myself throw up. Jenny Liz 17, welcome Jenny Liz. Sarah Ellen 813. She's going to run someone over just so she can get blamed and be more like Karen, for fuck's sake. I mean, basically, and to hear the way she spoke about him on the space, like, compared to this throwing yourself at him type of tramp. Do we need to go? Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and look.
But as far as Will is concerned, and I think it's pretty clear what I'm trying to say here, you know, a dog whistle was blown. And also, I identified Jimmy publicly in the fall, as I said before, as being involved in online trolling of me. And now it's okay. It's okay for people who are more prominent to be more vocal negatively about me. And a few more points about Will, especially because he appears to be streaming this. Will, no, I didn't beg you to be a featured guest on your show. What was happening was the following. Let me describe my quote unquote relationship with him last spring. Once I entered the scene and a lot of different creators were asking me to guest on their show, which I was happy to do. I was enjoying it. It's something I enjoy doing. That there's nothing wrong with that. And I was going on all different creators' shows. Once I did that and started to, and he had me on his show, I was nervous for that first show. I actually had been a big fan of his. I thought out of all of the creators at the time, he and I were the most similar. And I even said that publicly. And I did consume alcohol during that stream. And for anyone who thinks I'm an alcoholic, I am not. If I have 10 drinks per year, that's a lot. Okay. I don't drink. I wouldn't even call myself a social drinker, but I did drink during that stream. And as the stream went on, I find it kind of funny because with my frame, I was pretty intoxicated by the end of it. Everyone likes to call me a drunk because of that. Okay. But for those who really know me, they understand it's not my thing. So after that first stream, and then there was another a few days later, and then he would ask again and again, and I would go on when he would ask. And it got to a point early on when I was going on different creators' channels that there became a little bit of a bottlenecking, so to speak. I couldn't be everywhere to everyone. I was enjoying it. I was getting to meet people and understand different styles of content creation. I'm up very, very early every morning to go running. The other problem is I have young children, so I don't like to stream late at night. Not everyone, a lot of people have said, like, well, why doesn't she stream at night, or why won't she go on a spaces at night? Her kids being asleep would be the perfect time. Not in my home. I don't want to disturb my kids, and I don't want to talk quietly when I'm streaming or on a spaces. So when my children go to sleep, I like to wind down and end my day and go to sleep. So he would ask at random times, and he would ask frequently, all the while would shit talk other creators, many of them. I found it very funny and a little bit hypocritical that one of the reasons why he had gone and still continues to go incessantly at Brian of LTL Media was all the shit talking he says Brian did about people. And, Jess has said that too, and all the shit talking Brian would do. I can't speak to what Jess Machado has, her experience with Brian was, but I'll get to her momentarily. We'll talk so much shit about Brian, Mike Crawford, Aiden, DJ. I'm forgetting people, John Camo, all of these creators. He would talk shit. He talked shit about Karen Reed and others. And my memory is escaping me, but he talked so much shit. And it was, in my experience, I don't know, it was certainly my impression that he was doing so to either make himself feel better or to dissuade me from doing other programs. I don't know what his motivations were. I'm sure he'll talk into a camera this afternoon and try to scoff it off, or suck down some cigarettes and laugh about it while he's baked beyond recognition. But that was my observation, that he was talking shit about people to either make himself feel better or to discourage me from going on other streams. And all of these requests he was making, I mean, I would get texts in the middle of the day, hey, can you come on? I literally took one of his streams or attended one of them from like a parking lot when I had just gotten back from running. I had driven to a park, went running, and I got a text from him, hey, can you hop on and explain this or that? He then had asked if I would be, and I'm not sure what the right words were, but a legal analyst. He basically said, can you give legal commentary for trial 2? And I said, yes. I actually said, sure, I'd be happy to do that. And what he said was, I'd like you to be the exclusive legal commentator for trial 2. Trial 2 on his channel. And I said, yes. And I started to commit to that. I don't know if the streams are still up, but there were various streams where I would make myself available, including streaming late at night. One night, by the way, I was streaming for him on very little notice. He asked me to come on at 10 o'clock at night. I broke that rule that I just talked about, where I don't do this when my children are sleeping. And I committed to stream with him at 10 o'clock at night. And he proceeded to keep me in the waiting room for 40 minutes till 10:40 p.m. while he shit talked someone. I don't remember who. But when he was done shit talking them, and frankly, thank you, Will, for doing your shit talking of whomever, but without me on the screen. But I waited for 40 minutes before you even let me up to then start the commentary. That was one of the last streams. It might have been the last stream I did for him. It was either that or the penultimate stream. But either way, kept me waiting 40 minutes. And then I streamed with him, and I don't think I finished until 1 o'clock in the morning. And I had to be in court the next morning. Now, many of you would say, well, shame on you, Nan. Why did you do that? Why did you let someone treat you that way? You're right. Lesson learned. But I had committed, he had asked, and I committed to be the legal analyst or commentator for his channel. And while I did that, I scaled back appearances for other creators during that time. And what I said to him, which he likes to conveniently twist, and Jimmy does as well, what he likes to twist is the fact that I actually said to him multiple times, and I said it to Jimmy as well when we were speaking, can you please do me a favor and let the other creators know that you have asked this of me? Because I feel like I'm in a tug of war. I feel like I've committed to this. I've told some of the creators, like, hey, I'm going to be doing this more for Will. And it's just not really landing. If you wouldn't mind just communicating with them, letting them know that you've asked. That way I don't feel betwixt and between and pulled in between everybody. And that is not me asking to be his legal commentator. It's not me begging for it, wanting it, seeking it. What I was doing was asking him in exchange for me doing this for free and to give voluntarily and wantingly of my time to provide this insight, which I enjoyed doing, even with his sporadic, fucking warped schedule. I would like in exchange that you please mention this to other creators in passing, that you've asked and I've accepted, because it's really not landing when I'm saying it. That's what happened. I didn't ask to be or push to be his legal commentator. And that is the truth. So he can spin it however he wants. I don't want you that way, Will. I didn't want you that way, Will. And you can get over yourself and conveniently spin it like other stories that I can't talk about right now for reasons that I've already explained publicly a couple of weeks ago. You can spin whatever you want, but I know the truth and you are conveniently twisting it.
I don't want you that way, Will. I never wanted you that way, Will. Okay. Okay. What? What? Let me look at the agenda. 11:43. I told him noon. Okay. We're gonna reconvene tomorrow for the fundraiser. Our Valid Nan journey continues. We're gonna harken back to old journeys with more Valid Nans and more hearkening. We're gonna harken back to all kinds of shit. Okay, all kinds of shit. We're gonna harken all the way fucking back. We're gonna do the drawing at the very end, but I vote Valhalla Ahmad over Pat Fords. Well, I mean, we don't do mods here. He asked, he paid, and he did some pretty funny homework. I didn't read the whole thing, but it's pretty funny. And we're gonna have a little giggle. We're gonna have a giggle. Let's have a giggle. So here's what I said. I said, here's your assignment. Match these Rhode Island towns, because I believe he lives in Rhode Island. Match these Rhode Island towns with a person. Who is the North Smithfield of Free Karen Reed? Who is the Lincoln, Rhode Island of Free Karen Reed? Who is the Woonsocket? And then who is the Cumberland? Now, if you're from the New England area, you know these Rhode Island towns. You know Rhode Island. This is the assignment I got back. Cumberland, Rhode Island. A nice yet boring town, but with nice and boring comes scum, hence the nickname Scumberland or Scumby. The person that encompasses this town's DNA needs to be nice on the outside, but incredibly troubled and twisted behind all of it. Not so much evil, but more troubled. Honorable mentions. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing honorable mentions. The redheaded MILF that tweets about Turtle Boy 24/7. if you ran into Julie Carpenter at a grocery store or even saw her out to dinner with her family, you'd say, wow, she seems normal, decent set on her for being an older gal. But, you know, the second that potato of a husband closes his eyes, she's sprinting at the liquor cabinet to get the real party started as she lambastes the timeline with obsessive tweets, trying to get a man who cosplays as a turtle the death penalty. 2. John Barron. If John lived in Rhode Island, hell, he might, just ask Barry. He would live in Cumberland. Is he a bad guy? Who's to say? Is he a good guy? Also, who's to say? But his on again, off again, playing all sides persona fits perfectly in this beautiful dump. The winner of Free Karen Reed Cumberland, Rhode Island is, oh, I didn't read this part. Oh my God, this is funny. Karen Reed herself. Now, you might be thinking, did I pick Karen because my buddy from college lives in Cumberland and racks up DUIs like their toilet paper at a Stop and Shop in March of 2021? No, but Karen Reed is Cumberland. Forced accent, Cumberland is borderline Mass, as Rehoboth or Dighton or wherever, I can't read that, sits all day long. But are we to believe she bleeds Southie with that voice? Hard pass. Karen to the naked eye looks like a nice lady, well put together for someone in her late 60s. A victim, comes from some money, but I could go on. But behind it all, she's extremely troubled, loves the liquor and gas pedal, like stated previously in the description of Cumberland. She's not evil, in my opinion, just deeply troubled. North Smithfield, a lovely town that has deep roots in academics, being home to Bryant University and a hustling and vibrant yet reserved class of center town, while you expanded to the outskirts because very rural with lots of land, wood, long windy roads, not much there. North Smithfield is a nice little town and a good school system. Now with prestige comes criticisms. One of the takes on North Smithfield is that it's boring, too nice, doesn't have major issues or problems with neighboring towns, but people like to throw stones because they're miserable in their own towns. Honorable mentions. Broken Baker. From what everyone tells me, he's a super nice fella who has, I don't know that word, you're too smart for me, something for cattle. A lot like North Smithfield, if you aren't actively looking for him, he's not going to come across your radar. Doesn't have the credentials to take the spot yet because North Smithfield is classy yet quiet. This man owns 429. Oh my God, I can't even read this. It could never work. Oh my God. The winner of North Smithfield is Emily C. Now, if you're one of those blood-sucking vultures that's trying to cancel her for interviewing a gay man who doesn't fully believe Alexis Breaklight cut a man's arm up so badly it doubled as a coyote, then feel free to tune out. I don't know Emily too well. She's kind of everything I stay away from, and that's a compliment. She seems nice, kind, and stays out of the drama, 3 things that are opposite of what I stand for. But a nice person who people seem to like, classy yet quiet. There are people who openly don't like her, but when you look at the FKR universe as a state, and you look at the rest of the state as a representative of other towns, there are far worse and far trashier towns to attack that Mrs. C and that to attack. That's to attack. I don't understand that last sentence, but I agree. That's a good breakdown of it. Okay, done. Next one. Okay. Woonsocket. This one is going to be a battle. Woonsocket is essentially the armpit of Rhode Island. Central Falls and Woonsocket sit alone at the top of the trash category and most likely to step on a heroin needle subcategory. Options for this town are endless trash, drugs, drama, filth, you name it. Woonsocket has it. Now, Woonsocket isn't all trash. It's actually the home of CVS Pharmacies, corporate office. We unfortunately will be overlooking the good parts of Woonsocket and focusing strictly on the bad, as there are so many characters in the Karen Reed universe that are worthy of this set. Honorable mentions, Barry Lewis. I would like to start off by saying that Barry and I are in a good place. He has forgiven me for what it is that he said that I have done to him to get me blocked, and we have returned to him sending 4,070 messages a day every time he posts. And that being said, Woonsocket has a deep-rooted history of insanity and drugs. Now, I'm not saying that Barry Lewis is on drugs, but we have all seen the mugshot, and if that doesn't scream meth, I don't know what does. Boston Brandy. I truly don't know much, but I have heard her speak and it makes me want to snort a Tylenol. Just a trash basket in every sense of the word. I can't recall who her fight was with, but I do recall her threatening someone that her boyfriend husband would fight for her. If I had $1 for every time a Woonsocket threatened violence by way of a family member or lover, I would have bought a dive bar with 4 wheels that Karen would have had up for auction. Oh my good Lord. Haley, now if there was a town that deleted their existence 22 out of the 24 hours a day, then this deactivating disaster diva would be the mayor. But unfortunately, that's not an option. When Britney Spears shaved her head in the early 2000s, rumors were flying that Juan Pablo from Slick Cuts Barbershop in downtown Woonsocket was the hairdresser that gave her the skin fade. Haley, like Britney, chipped the top and went with the spiffy clean noggin. Cute. I'm sure that me putting this comparison together will make me the topic of a 2 a.m. space hosted by the arbiter of fetal alcohol syndrome, Nina, and I'm sure to be called a monster who's threatening children, but in reality, I'm just speaking my truth. This crazy baldy could own this category without competition because I'm such a nice guy. I'll say no. Okay, I'm only kidding. All jokes aside, you're great, lunatic. The winner, Twisted Tragedies. If I wasn't using my notes app to compose this, I'd link that candid photo of this gremlin ripping a dart during what appears to be the second trimester. I have heard rumors that Raccoon Eyes was a former exotic dancer. If you're reading this and have seen her act and contributed to it financially, here's what I want you to do. Get in your call drive to Butler Hospital located in East Providence, walk through the front doors and ask for an extended stay. Use promo code PAT and get 10% off your first night, not covered by insurance. One thing I will give this cold mess express is Aiden talks about her nonstop. He really seems like he's obsessed with her and totally not the other way around. Mentally ill, darts while pregnant, would still be shaking if for singles and a cop wasn't dead. Trashy, looks smelly, eyes look like raccoon eyes, Woonsocket. Oh my fucking God. West Warwick. I think he added West Warwick. Okay. This one is insane. I'm saving this one for the next class because I can't go on. I have to save that one. I have to save that one. It's not even noon. It's not even noon, and I'm going to go see my 8-year-old nephew. We're saving it. I'm not saying we're not going to read it. We're going to talk about it, but we're saving it because it was good. That was funny. Funny, good writer, intelligent, smart, quick, polarizing. A+. Very good. Okay. Very good. West Warwick is really funny. Oh my God, and there's more. There's even more. No, there's not. Yes, there is. I don't know. But that's very good. If you would like to do your own version of who of FKR is what town in your state, please feel free to go ahead and do that. Phenomenal. Very, very funny. Okay. Let me add some people to the wheel and let's draw a winner. Steve, got you, Steve. Field trip is Thursday. Steve, Callie, Mary, Erin, Matt, Betty Ann, got you. Amy, got you. Amy B. Mariana P. Got you, hon. Got you, Mariana. Everyone gave their, yeah, I got everyone's mailing address. Perfect, perfect. Peter, got you, got it. Okay, so here is everyone. Make sure if you don't hear your name, let a bitch know. Kayla, Dallas, Jennifer, Anna, Peter, Connie, Shelly, Erin, Carla, Sarah, Amber, Stacy, Stephanie, Megan, Valerie, Betty Ann, Christina, Liana, Amy, Michelle, Heather, Matt, Mary, Callie, Aaron W, Steve, Amy B, Mariana P. Anyone not called? You send your homework assignments to auntiedeb3bs@gmail.com. Not hate emails. Thank you. Mary, I didn't, let me see. I have a Mary S, which that's not you. You're Mary M. I don't see it here, Mary. Are you fucking with me? Don't. Malarkey, you didn't send anything. Oh, you asshole. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Are you selling this set? I am not. No. This is giveaway only set. You ready? Okay. Should we shuffle them? We'll shuffle them because you guys like this shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because it's a good number. Let's do. Leanna forgot me. Leanna, where are you, hon? I forgot you, Leanna. I didn't see your name on here. I see Anna. I don't see Lee. Oh, Leanna. Yeah, I see you. Hold on. I got you on here. I didn't realize I could. Okay, if you would like to enter now. I will give you 2.5 minutes while we enjoy some words of wisdom. I'll give you 2.5 minutes to enter.
Now it's time for life lessons with the OTB.
Like that is like stretch marks on steroids. Look at that shit. Like when I saw Fat Nan, I'm like, oh, she looks so friendly and nice. And she probably was. I bet you Fat Nan was like a real nice person. I'd like to meet Fat Nan. All I know is Skinny Nan. Ozempic Nan. That's the only Nan I know is Ozempic Nan. I don't know Fat Nan. And I bet you she was like a much nicer person. She was married. And then she turned into Ozempic Nan. And now she's like making her son do YouTube videos and talking about moving to Massachusetts, abandoning her children to run for DA. And, you know, she's going to fuck Kevy Kev or whoever. I don't know who she fucked. Disclaimer. Don't know if she fucked Kevy Kev. I would guess if I was a betting man, James Jackson would be first, I would guess. But could be wrong. I have no evidence she fucked him. She did say that when she was out with Will, I forget who she told this to, that she was like looking for dick. That's what she said. I'm looking for dick. Like when I'm like, oh, so she's just like a newly released into the wild, formerly fat girl going through a divorce, just in her, like somehow she's only in her late 40s and just looking for dick. Just search dick on the mind, radar, like dick. And you know, she won't fuck BLT. Even she's like, yeah, not him. Not him. No. She won't even give him a pity lay. But look at those arms, bro. Look at those.
Was partnered up with, I think it was Fanning, and all of these other avenues. It's actually going to end her side.
Oh my God. Just look at that. What is that? And this woman, it's, by the way, if people think you're being mean, no, it's okay to do this with Nan. Nan is a horrible person. And I wouldn't do this to anybody that was like a decent, I don't like making fun of people's appearances unless you're evil.
That was Life Lessons with the OTB.
All right, we got, okay, Jennifer, got you. Adding you, Jennifer, boom, boom. Erin, M, you get 2 entries. Linda F, got you, okay. Cheryl, got you. I want to make sure I got it correct. Jennifer, got you. Mary wants to put one in for Molly. Erica M, Aaron M. Okay, and then I believe that is Meatball Morrissey, Sketty Stain. So we'll do Sketty. And you get 2 as well. Sketty. Okay. All right. Here we go. Boom. Love you, Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne, you want to get on? I know, Dwayne, you told me you had trouble with that. I'll have fun on the field trip. Thank you so much, Boring Carrie. I will, I'll put you in here, Dwayne. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, Dwayne. We'll make an exception for you. Why you gagging? He bring it to you every ball. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Get ready to spin. Boom. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Stacy Q. Congratulations, Stacy. Do I have your info? Let me make sure I have your info, Stace. Yes, I do. Stacy Q. Oh, the town you're from, you could definitely do who is that person in the FKR universe. That will go out today. Okay. All right. God bless everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a be good to each other. Okay. Work hard, be nice, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Let me send you out on where is it?
Making copies, move. I'm gay.
In the workplace, being gay just has its